want to thank our fans for showing up the way they did. We had a couple days to sell tickets. I'm not surprised. They've always done this. Had great impact on our energy level and our ability to keep coming. And just very thankful. I know the players and the coaches really appreciate that kind of support. That was an unbelievable atmosphere here tonight, and we're very thankful.
Fran, 59 points out of the freshmen tonight. I imagine when you get into a tournament like this, is exactly what you're looking for those guys to get that experience in the postseason.
What I'm looking for is to try to win the game. Truthfully, I'm not thinking about who's scoring and what year they're in. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. This is the farthest thing from my thought process. I go to those guys because they produce, and and they, I don't consider them freshmen anymore anyway. Those guys have been through a lot.
Is this the Tyler Cook that you thought you'd see all year? Of course, his injury kind of set him back.
Yeah, I think that set him back a little bit defensively, Rick. I mean, he wasn't seeing it defensively early, and so consequently he was in foul trouble, and he was a little bit late on rotations, whether we were pressing or whether we were man or zone. So he just, as he's had a chance to mature through experience, he's affecting the game at both ends, and you're also seeing it reflected in his rebounding totals, his rebounding numbers. At the beginning of the year, he wasn't getting 8-10 rebounds like he is now.
How much was Isaiah a difference maker in that first half?
Well, especially because Pete was in foul trouble. I mean, I've been trying to get Isaiah to consistently play with that level of aggressiveness. When he does, we're a better team. And he does more things. I mean, defensively, he makes more plays. And, I want to see him keep playing like that.
21 assists in the last 2 games for Jordan. How much has he matured as a pure point guard?
Well, I think the great thing about him tonight was, they really came after him. They were trapping him as much as they could. He really had to work, especially in the first half. But he just kept going, and he's really smart. So, if they were up into him, he just would go. And that's when you make plays for people. He got a few layups. We got him on the back door the one time. He's just going to keep coming. He's a tough guy, and he's also really smart, and he knows who's with him and how to get those guys the ball and what we need to be done. And it makes a difference for everybody out there when you have a guy that thinks like that.
This is almost like what the pressure Peter gets when he was up top. Is that the most he's faced all season, Jordan?
No, he's faced that quite a few times. I don't know. They trapped him a lot, but he's been trapped before. Sometimes they switch, sometimes they trap, sometimes they shut out. But he is a target, and he has been a target for a while now.
Fran, it seems like Ahmad's energy was huge when you guys kind of got a little cushion.
Right when we needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He got on the glass defensively. He made a couple baskets. Transition basket was huge. Really got the crowd going. And when he's playing like that, we're a lot better.
Coach, is there anything special that you told them at halftime?
I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, we try to evaluate the first half. Okay, what worked, what didn't work? Did they do something that we weren't expecting? Who's hurting us? Are we going to go man, zone, press? What are we going to run offensively? We just kind of reviewed some things that we thought needed to be reminded, and just wanted to compete.
You look at the hustle plays that Ahmad Wagner made. You look at the hustle plays that Ahmad Wagner made, especially on one possession. He had 2. I think he was going out of bounds, and he saved 1, and you scored off of it. And I know you talked a little bit about him, but it seems he's been making those plays both years.
That's kind of what you expect from him. Yeah, that's what his game is. He's smart. He's athletic. He can guard smaller guys, bigger guys, and you expect him to make that kind of impact, especially if we're struggling offensively at any point in time. You want him to make those plays defensively and get us some second shots back. So there's nothing worse than having to play 2 or 3 possessions. You had a question about the turnovers?
Yes.
I was more upset about the 10 turnovers in the first half than I was the 6 in the second half. That's a more reasonable number. Probably 1 too many, maybe. But when a team's pressing and a team is doubling, you're gonna turn it over a few times. You know, we had some chances in the first half, I thought, in transition. We jammed it in a few times and came up with nothing.
Well, thank you.